Sleepy improv. When we're super sleepy and we do improv. Enjoy. You begin.
I begin. God damn it.
Come on.
I don't know anything about it.
Just like we're in Kataku, the town. We move into this town and we go to school. So that's pretty basic.
Okay, so we're going to school, right? What grade are we in?
High school.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Why? We're both seniors. And, you
No.
know... What?
Okay, fine. We're seniors because that's like the end of their anime. No, wait. We should be younger than them. Because, like, if the anime was going by day, when they got to this point, we would have been, like, in middle school still.
How old do you want to be?
Let's-
What grade shall we be in?
We shall be... We're gonna be 14.
So freshmen?
Yeah.
Alright.
No, we'll be 8th graders.
8th grade is 13, 14, and then freshman is 14, 15.
Well, we're not turned 14 yet. We're almost there. We're 13. So we'll be the same age as Ichigo's younger sisters.
God. Shit. I was gonna make a joke about stupid freshies.
No!
Okay, fine. So we're in 8th grade. We're walking to school all cool and shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm twiddling things with my little telekinesis powers, like fucking shit up.
Because you're a dick.
Yeah, because I'm a dick. Keep hitting me over the head because I'm a bitch.
Stop it. Stop it.
So we get to school and people try talking to us, but I like hitting people with rocks. So I keep hitting. So I throw rocks at people just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does anybody know about our powers? Or do I have to
They're
keep-
not really supposed to know.
Fine. I pick up the rocks and I throw them. Like, yeah.
Like an asshole.
Like an asshole. So then we go to school, or we walk into class, and our teacher's talking about some stupid shit that nobody gives a crap about.
Except maybe the people who want to
Shut up!
graduate.
Nobody gives a shit!
Okay.
So nobody gives a shit what the teacher's talking about. So we're all kind of like daydreaming in our own mind. Tabby's daydreaming about what the two cute guys in class would look like if they were like together or some shit. I don't know.
Bone each other.
Bone-
Bone each other.
Pretty much.
Butt stuff. I'm thinking about. What are you thinking about?
Well, Kaylee's thinking about what the hell she's gonna do when she's done with, like, school for today because she has no life and Tabby's her only friend and...
And all Tabby thinks about is butt stuff. Butt stuff.
Right. So they get through school and shit because school sucks. And they're walking home when all of a sudden this thing that nobody knows what it really is except for certain people jump in front of us and scares the shit out of us. Tabby screams like a little girl. And Kaylee just jumps like 10 feet in the air.
Because she can telekinesis.
So this thing turns out to be a hollow?
Yep, that's it.
Oh shiz. Turns out to be a hollow. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just ruined the story. Okay, so it turns out to be a hollow. I throw trees at it. Tabby gets her little sword. Excalibur?
Excalibur.
Is that what you're calling it? Excalibur. And just starts
Holy sword.
just starts fucking chopping shit up. It dies. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. What happens when they die?
Well, they just disappear.
Alright, okay. So
You
they
don't-
die.
You don't get to eat their soul in this one.
So we keep walking, because, you know, hashtag YOLO. We go to a park, right? These kids are playing soccer for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, American soccer, not, like...
There's only one kind of soccer, dumbass.
I was thinking about football, like it's called soccer.
Okay.
So they're playing soccer.
Okay, I played soccer.
And Kaylee uses her little powers and pops the ball.
Because she's an asshole.
She's a dick. And the kids that were playing it, there was one kid running after it, and he went to kick the ball, and since it was popped, there's not a lot of air in it, and he fell on his face. All the people start laughing at him, and start teasing him and shit. Kaylee doesn't like that, so she throws rocks at him.
Hashtag Kaylee's a dick to everybody.
Except Tabby, sometimes.
That's a really long hashtag.
That should be my Facebook status.
Kaylee's a dick to everybody except for Tabby sometimes. ...
sometimes.
Oh god.
Okay. So the kids like get up and run off because, you know, they're getting rocks thrown at them and by an 8th grade girl.
Are you telepathically doing this or just actually throwing
No,
rocks?
I'm just like picked them up and just started chucking rocks.
They run away because she might just be a psychopath.
Probably.
It's closer
So
to...
the kid that fell on his face gets up, rubs the dirt tries to rub the dirt off his face, ends up like smearing all over his face. He has a worm on his nose.
Gross.
He's just an attractive young lad, right?
So very attractive. One day he'll be a very handsome young boy. Hopefully that worm gets out of his nose when he's in here.
So he gets up, he comes over and he's like, "Why did you throw rocks at my friends?"
He's got a very lovely voice. Why did you throw rocks at my friends?
Should be like a narrator. Okay. So
He
he says that, and Kaylee looks at him and goes, "What, are you jealous?" Picks up a rock and throws it. He looks at her like she's fucking retarded and a psychopath. Tabby steps in front of Kaylee and goes, "They were being mean to you. She was just helping." And he looked at her and went, "It's not my fault they were being mean." Sorry, I got a shiver up my I got a shiver up my spine in the middle of my sentence.
The boy said. This is our best one yet.
It's a good thing we're recording it. Should put this on YouTube.
Us being dicks.
Okay. So yeah, sorry. Okay.
God.
God, what was I saying? Oh, so the boy stops after his little shiver up his spine, looks a little embarrassed, and starts his sentence over. "It's not my fault they were being mean to me. The ball popped." Kaylee starts laughing.
Hysterically.
She actually falls on the ground and rolls on the ground laughing. The boy looks at her like she's, again, retarded and a psychopath. Tabby looks at her, kicks her, looks at the boy and shrugs. Then Tabby proceeds to pick up Kaylee and walk away.
Yep. I do this every day of my life.
You're too.
Alright. So, that first day was great. Our heroes have shown their heroism so many times during that day. Especially that time where Kaylee destroyed a ball, caused some kid to be teased, and then tried to rectify it by throwing rocks at everybody who was teasing him. Turned out that didn't really help him, so she threw a rock at him, and then laughed at him. Like a... Yeah.
Yeah.
like a yeah. So, first day going great. Alright. That didn't really help much, I guess. kind of just goes along with whatever. Anyway, so the second day of school happens. People are sort of a little bit weary of them because Kaylee's a psychopath. And Tabitha's an enabler. So, the only two people who seem to want to talk to them are two people who are probably psychopaths too. Kadeen and Yuzu. Holy, I can't remember their last names.
Just go.
So, they're related to some kid with orange hair. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares?
Wait.
Yeah, he has two younger sisters who are in the same grade.
Okay. Yay.
I think. Yeah, they are. Anyway, I guess they're twins. But they don't look alike. Or act alike.
So fraternal.
So they're just fraternal twins. One's very bubbly and happy. The other one's kind of grumpy. And sort of plain. Kind of reminds me of Juno. Except like soccer. She likes soccer. And probably isn't pregnant. Probably. I don't know. Maybe there's baby.
Maybe later in the season.
Maybe later. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway. So these are the only two who will talk to them. Eventually, as the days go on, they become friends, sort of.
Sort of.
As close as friends you can be to these two crazy girls, our main protagonists. One who telepathically throws shit at other people and just fucks up the other people's day. One day during
Hashtag yellow.
Hashtag yellow. One day during gym class, they had to do a hurdle jump. Now Kaylee, being the kind of person that she is, decided when the boy who took her bagel when she wasn't looking. Why she brings a bagel to school? I don't know. Fucking Americans, right? So this kid took her bagel, and he...
Why the fuck did he take my bagel?
Dick. I don't know, he wanted to try it.
He deserves to fucking die.
So that was Kaylee's inner monologue. As she plots out her scheme. So, as all the other kids jump over this hurdle, it's not very high, it's a pretty easy jump to make. She waits patiently for all the boys to get done.
Which doesn't happen often.
Doesn't happen often. For her opportunity to strike. So, she waits with bated breath as the cursed boy jumps over the hurdle. It feels her adrenaline's pumping. It feels like everything's moving in slow-mo. As he reached halfway point over the hurdle, she violently yanks up the hurdle with her telekinesis straight into his nutsack, which causes his nudge to temporarily go inside of his body. So every time he talks for the next few days, he's gonna have the highest pitch of sound you've ever goddamn heard. Because he took Kaylee's bagel, and you don't eat Kaylee's food. Not unless you want your testicles to shoot inside your body. Or your lady parts, which they kind of already are. If you don't want to lose a boob, I guess if you're lady. But
moral of the story, just don't eat Kaylee's food.
Don't eat Kaylee's food. That's more of our story. But however, Tabitha wasn't paying attention, so she didn't quite understand why that guy hurt his nuts on the hurdle. Because it was a pretty easy jump. I guess he just sucks at life in general. So, she gotta ignore that whole episode where the ambulance came. In fact, most of the time she's been in Karakuta Town was sort of spacing out and just going with the flow. I don't know, shit was weird. She watched a lot of movies, though. So, Kari and Yuzu one day invited Tabitha over their house, but except without Kaylee, because Kaylee was doing other shit, apparently. Which was just stalking people and, like, hurting them with rocks and other sort of things. We'll return to Kaylee's little side story later. Anyway. Tabitha goes over to these two people that she just met's house. Now, this is kind of odd for Tabitha, because she's kind of, like, a shut-in. and doesn't, like, talk to people all that much. She seems to value pop culture references more than human, interaction, so... This is a milestone. This is definitely a milestone. I'm just doing this.
What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know, fuck. Anyway. So, she goes to these people's house, they eat dinner. What are you doing? Alright, we continue recording. We pause, because Kaylee had to poop.
You know? Okay.
Okay.
It's a natural human thing. We had tacos. Shit burns through me.
Okay, so it's at the house at the Kurosaki. I remembered it. The Kurosaki residence with Karin and Yuzu. Now it just seems to be those two and their weird father dude, who's kind of like worshiping a poster of his dead wife. Which is kind of weird. I guess it's like Japanese suggestion. But Tabitha doesn't say anything because she thought that'd be rude. Because even though it's super fucking weird.
Kaylee would say something.
Kaylee would say something. But Kaylee isn't here. She's doing other shit. Something that was a little more important than helping out a friend in awkward situations like this. She understands why those two became her and Kaylee's friend. Because this is her fucking father. He's weird. Anyway. The front door opened to the Kurosaki residence, and in came a high school student. A male one in particular. Shut up. Hold on. It is Yuzu. Yuzu happily greets somebody who she calls his Ichigo. Karin doesn't seem to get two shits and just continues on eating her meal. Sort of says yo a little bit, but still keeps eating. Because, I don't know, Karin's hungry, I guess. Tabitha is mystified by this strange creature who just walked in the door. Mainly because of his orange-ass hair. Is that even in... That kind of orange doesn't occur in nature, she thinks to herself and never says out loud. She ponders the conundrum that is his hair. How the fuck does that even happen naturally? Nobody else seems to even notice it. It's like the big white elephant in the room. Did he just dye it? Was he, like, a victim of experiments? Their dad's apparently a doctor. I mean, like, this house is half doctor place. I guess hospital would be the correct term. Half doctor place. Well, half of
Good terminology.
Fuck off. Although she can't really read Japanese all that well. She can tell hospital because that seemed very important considering the kind of shit that they seem to get into a lot. I.e. getting fist fights with strangers. And then throwing rocks at him. And then getting the police called. And then getting shot at.
That escalated. Okay.
That seems to be every day. But anyway, back to Tabitha's train of thought. She might think that he might have had like a serious deadly disease, which his father cured, but the side effect was orange-ass hair. And he said, well, I guess I can't mass produce this cure, because the side effect is orange-ass hair and nobody wants that shit. I bet it was Ebola.
What?
Ebola, don't touch your friends. She was silently jamming out to the tune in her head. As Colleen looked at her like, dude, what are you doing? And she stopped. As she met Karin's gaze. She sat and sort of chatted with Karin and Yuzu for a little bit. Not really much of Ichigo, because he's there. She can't stop looking at his hair.
Where's Renji gonna come in?
Renji doesn't fucking live with them. And he doesn't, because this is later on in the series, I guess.
I love how you didn't freak out that I remembered his name.
I've already, we've been through this, my friend. Anyway. So she leaves. Tabitha leaves. And says goodnight. And then she goes back to her home, where she lives with Kaylee. Kaylee's sitting on the couch, drinking some soda, in her pajamas. In her pajamas, covered in bandages for some reason. And she says, hi, Kaylee, the fuck do you been up to? And now it's your turn.
Okay. Kaylee looks at Tabitha and gets a shit-eating smirk on her face.
It is gonna be good.
Nothing. Tabitha looks at her skeptically and just raises her one eyebrow like, what the fuck? Don't fucking lie to me. Kaylee smiles and says, I started throwing rocks at this one kid, but he ended up being, like, really strong and really big. He was sitting down, I didn't know he was, like, 6'2".
I'm guessing you meant Chad.
So he stood up all pissed off and shit and started beating the shit out of me. And then I grabbed a tree and knocked him out. He already did kind of a lot of damage.
No, that wouldn't be Chad, because he wouldn't, like, if you were hurting, like, one of his friends, yeah, but not him.
Luckily, no one saw me grab the tree with my powers and hit him with it. So he's probably still, laying there in the road. But I'm fine. Yeah, How was your day? Kaylee says. Tabby just said, I met this really weird orange-haired guy that's, the kind of orange that's not found in fucking nature. I think he had Ebola, but his father's a doctor, so he must have, like, cured it and shit.
Cured and shit. Cured and shit. Okay.
Kaylee just looks at Tabby like, I'm not gonna ask any questions, but you're kind of an idiot.
Shut up.
Turns back to the TV and jams out to some TV show tunes or some shit, I don't know. Tabby then proceeds to go into the bedroom and read some yaoi and whatnot.
Fuck off. I should animate this. Just that very fuck off.
And then, well, we all go to bed because, hashtag nighttime and shit.
Okay.
So we wake up the next morning. Tabby wakes up first and has to, like, hit Kaylee in the face with a pillow a bunch of times to wake her fat ass up out of bed. So Kaylee, and they get up and stuff and get ready for school. On the way to school, they see the two girls walking with this really, like, guy with really fucking orange hair. Tabby stops, looks at me, and goes, "That's the Ebola freak!"
That's the Ebola freak!
Kaylee. Kaylee looks at Tabby and just kind of rolls her eyes and goes, "Ebola!" Just really, really loud. And the people walking in front of them stop and turn around. And they have this very weird look on their face. But then the two girls notice, hey, it's Tabby and Kaylee. And so they start, like, walking towards us, saying hi and whatnot and shit. The guy still looks very confused. Until he recognizes Tabby. He goes, "Oh, you were at my house yesterday." And Tabby would kind of, like, looked at him like, "Duh."
Duh.
I'm sorry.
You're okay.
So he just gets this weird look on his face like, why do I talk to middle schoolers? Turns around and keeps walking.
Because his hair's super fucking orange. Nobody else wants to talk to him. Ebola freak.
Ebola freak.
I'm racist because of Ebola.
It's not racist. You can't be racist against Ebola.
Fine, prejudice, whatever, fuck.
Prejudice against Ebola, it's the worst thing ever. Wait, are you prejudiced against the disease or people with the disease?
A little of both.
A little bit. Alright. Well then.
Okay, continue.
So, sorry. So, we keep on walking to school, you know. The Ebola freak goes on to high school, blah blah blah. We go into middle school for another day of stupid fucking school.
Okay.
Well, in one of the classes, Kaylee looks over to Tabby to see Tabby drooling and looking at two boys sitting in front of her.
Fuck off.
Love making fun of you. Kaylee then takes her book on her desk and slams it into Tabby's chest.
Ow.
You'll be fine. It didn't do any real damage. Tabby then grabs her chest and goes, ow! And then turns and glares at Kaylee, who is sitting across the room. Kaylee used telekinesis.
It was super effective.
Because she's a Pokemon now, I don't know. It was super effective! The enemy is dazed.
The enemy's boobs hurt.
People sitting around Tabby looks at her like she's an idiot because she just exclaimed ow really loud for no apparent reason. She then takes her book and throws it at Kaylee across the room.
Cause fuck it. YOLO.
Because YOLO. Kaylee then catches the book and throws it back at Tabby, and it was like catch with the book, and kept throwing it back and forth. And then that's the story on how Tabby and Kaylee got detention. Your turn.
Okay. Kaylee and Tabitha are now sitting in detention. Kaylee is kind of scratching "fuck you" into the desk right next to after she already scratched "Kaylee was here, bitches." They've been sitting here for about 2 hours. Tabitha looks over at Kaylee and finally has enough reassurance that the teacher's probably sleeping right now to say, I didn't even know they had detention in Japan. I thought they just, brought you down to the boiler room and made you stare at ghosts for a while. And Kaylee went, what? Corpse party. She still gave her a weird look. It's a fucking video game. She said, trailing off and looking off into the sunset because the sun was going down because they've been sitting here for goddamn hours, Bills. The clock is broken. It hasn't moved past 11 since the last 7 years. It's attention. Who fucking needs to know what time it is, I guess? Fuck. People have cell phones nowadays. You can just look at that. I mean, crap. Shit.
I really want to know where you're going with this.
So they sit there for a while, and then they finally are allowed to go home when the teacher wakes up after they got a huge fart. That's not English. I has grammar. Farts super loud and wakes himself up. He might have sharted his pants. Must have been that brown curry he had for lunch. Anyway, Kaylee and Tabitha are walking home super late. Unfortunately. For them. Because out of motherfucking nowhere comes a hollow. They're completely caught off guard because this fucking hollow was cheating and hiding in between the worlds between Waco Mundo and the world of the living. Fuck you, it is a thing.
Okay. I believe you.
And throws some type of magic shit at them because magic. Magic. Have some magic. Magic.
You're a special kind of stupid.
You're a special kind of fuck you. Okay. Tabitha is hit in the arm with this magic thing. But it's okay when she gets injured, because she has the holy sword within her. Which means she can heal. And she'll be fine.
Lucky bitch.
Lucky bitch. Apparently the sheath has a special kind of name, but she can't really remember the name. She only really needs to remember is Excalibur to summon Excalibur. So, it's cool. Anyway, that shield stays within her soul and heals her automatically. And who the fuck's calling me?
Can I answer it?
Go ahead.